Very good morning to all. In this lecture, we are going to discuss another topic from unit number 3, that is breakdown in case of solid dielectric medium. So in this lecture, we are going to consider our main focus on intrinsic breakdown mechanism and electromechanical breakdown mechanism. So we know that insulating materials are normally used in case of electrical apparatus in order to provide the insulation between live part and the grounded structure of electrical apparatus. And depending upon the nature of these insulating material, they are classified into three main categories: solid, liquid and gaseous medium. Now, in most of the electrical apparatus, you will see that solid dielectric materials are used not only to provide the insulation between live part and grounded structure, but they are also used to provide a mechanical support to the live conductor. And because of this reason, in majority of the electrical apparatus, irrespective of their power rating, for example, if you consider electrical heater of few kilowatt rating to electrical power generator, which are normally used in case of power system for the generation of electrical energy having a rating capacity of 1000 megawatt, you will see the application of solid insulating material in them. Now, from the knowledge of our previous lecture, we know that in case of gaseous medium, they will regain dielectric strength very fast once the breakdown mechanism occur. In case of liquid dielectric medium, they will again regain their dielectric strength partially once the breakdown mechanism occur. But this is not the case in case of solid dielectric media. Actually, in case of solid dielectric media, once the breakdown mechanism is initiated, they completely lose their dielectric strength. So this is one of the most biggest disadvantage as far as solid dielectric medium is considered. कहने का मतलब ऐसा है कि liquid और gaseous dielectric medium की अगर आप बात करेंगे, because in these two type of medium, the particles or you can say molecule of that medium are freely rotated in that particular medium. So once the breakdown mechanism is even though initiated, and if the structural position of molecules will get changed, we can have the flexibility to quench the breakdown mechanism, or you can say arc mechanism. But this is not the situation in case of solid dielectric media. Once the breakdown mechanism is initiated, they will completely lose their dielectric strength. Now let us discuss what are the factors which plays an important role in order to decide the dielectric strength in case of solid dielectric medium. First one is, it depends on the magnitude of applied voltage. It depends upon the nature of applied voltage, whether we are applying AC, DC or whether it is impulse in nature. It depends upon the time duration of applied voltage. That means for how much duration of time that voltage is applied across that dielectric media. It also depends on the ambient temperature and the humidity of surrounding. It also depends on the structural configuration of material, whether the material is pure or impure. And practically it was found that if the material is impure in nature, its dielectric strength is drastically reduced. It also depends on the pressure applied on electrode. And last, it depends on the electrode configuration, whether we are dealing with symmetrical configuration pair of electrode or unsymmetrical configuration of pair of electrode. These also plays an important role in order to decide what will be the overall dielectric strength of that solid dielectric medium. Now in case of solid dielectric medium, practically it was found that the magnitude of applied voltage as well as the duration of applied voltage plays an important role in order to decide the overall dielectric strength of material. And it was found that the product of breakdown voltage and the log of time which is required to have breakdown mechanism are almost going to be constant. And suppose if you are interested to write what will be the mathematical expression in between them, so we can write the product of VB multiplied by log of TB is almost going to be constant. So in this equation, this VB indicate breakdown voltage and this TB indicate the time duration which is required for breakdown mechanism. So practically the product of VB and log of TB is almost going to be constant in case of solid dielectric medium. Now let us consider the variation of VB, that is nothing but a breakdown voltage, as the application of time, which can be shown over here. Now in this figure, on y-axis we have taken VB, which is nothing but breakdown voltage, and T indicate the time of instant. Now from this diagram it is very clear that if the magnitude of applied voltage is very high and the time duration is very small, then we can have a fast breakdown mechanism in case of solid dielectric media. On the other hand, if the magnitude of breakdown voltage, or you can say applied voltage, is more than minimum Paschen breakdown voltage, but it is applied for a long duration of time, then in that case also the breakdown mechanism is initiated. So let us consider that this is nothing but a VB minimum value which is required to initiate breakdown in case of solid dielectric media, and if the magnitude is small but it is applied for a very long duration of time, say T, then this is also responsible to have a faithful breakdown in case of solid dielectric medium. So in order to understand the concept of breakdown mechanism in case of solid dielectric media, let us divide the time scale voltage application into different regions. First one is called as intrinsic breakdown, second one is electromechanical breakdown, third one is breakdown due to treeing and tracking, thermal breakdown, and last one is electrochemical breakdown. So I can say that these are nothing but different mechanisms with the help of which we are in a position to explain how the breakdown mechanism is initiated in case of solid dielectric media. So first concept is intrinsic breakdown, second one is electromechanical breakdown, third one is breakdown which is initiated due to the concept of treeing and tracking, fourth one is thermal breakdown mechanism, and last one is electrochemical breakdown mechanism. Actually, these are the different types of breakdown mechanism which define the breakdown in case of solid dielectric media based on the magnitude of applied voltage and the duration for which it is applied across that solid dielectric media. So let us discuss one by one what is the concept of intrinsic breakdown mechanism, what is the concept of electromechanical breakdown mechanism, and so on. So first one is intrinsic breakdown mechanism. As far as the word intrinsic is concerned, in case of technical domain, intrinsic means something which is available in its purest form, or you can say which is homogeneous in nature. So what we need to do in order to understand the concept of this intrinsic breakdown mechanism, we are going to consider a solid dielectric material which is intrinsic in nature, or you can say which is pure and homogeneous in nature. And at the same time we are assuming that the temperature and the humidity of environment in which our solid dielectric medium is placed is controllable in nature. So under this condition, if the voltage is applied for a very short duration of time, say 10 to the power minus 8 seconds, then the dielectric strength of material is known as intrinsic dielectric strength. The magnitude of this dielectric strength depends on the structural composition of that material, and we know that the structural composition of material depends on the temperature. So we can say that the intrinsic dielectric strength of a material is governed by the temperature associated with its environment. So practically it was found that the intrinsic strength of a material is reached when more number of electrons are reached to the conduction band from valence band, and this is possible only when the electron will gain sufficient energy from applied electric field. But in case of pure and homogeneous material, the valence band and the conduction band are very far from each other, or you can say in order to jump an electron from valence band to conduction band, they required huge amount of energy as an input. Hence, under normal temperature condition, no electron can jump from valence band to conduction band in case of pure and homogeneous material. That is the reason if you consider the conductivity of pure dielectric material at room temperature, that is always going to be a 0. But practically not a single insulating material is pure in nature. That means they have some impurities in it, and because of this their dielectric strengths are going to be change or affect. So now we are going to study what will be the effect of those impurity on the dielectric strength of pure material. So these impurities are responsible for the formation of trap band which are lying just below the conduction band in case of energy level. So let me show you this via a diagram. So with respect to this diagram, it is very clear that if you consider the energy level of a impure material, which is nothing but a combination of pure form and having some impurities in it, it has three different band. This is nothing but valence band, this is conduction band, and this is nothing but trap band. So this trap band is due to the impurities available in that material, and this indicate the energy gap. So from this diagram, it is very clear that the energy gap between valence band and conduction band is very high as compared to the energy gap between conduction band and trap band. So from this, it is very clear that in order to transfer the electron from valence band to conduction band, we required more amount of energy as compared to the transfer of electron from trap band to conduction band. Now what will happen under normal temperature and pressure condition, because the gap between this trap band and conduction band is minimum, so we can say that very less amount of energy is required in order to transfer the electron from this particular band to conduction band. And this is possible even at room temperature also. That means at room temperature, the electron from trap band will try to jump into the conduction band. So we can say that if you consider a impure material, even at room temperature, they will have some free electrons available in the conduction band, and these free electrons are basically initiate the process of breakdown in case of solid dielectric medium. So practically it was found that the energy gap between the trap band and the conduction band is very small. Even at room temperature, some free electrons are easily jump from trap band to conduction band. Now these free electrons will gain energy in the presence of applied electric field, and due to the collision between them, they will start sharing this energy. Now the energy gained by these electrons due to the application of applied electric field is much high as compared to the energy transferred by them during collision process. Because of this, what will happen? The temperature associated with electron get increased, which is responsible to increase the overall temperature of material. Hence, due to this reason, more free electron will try to jump from trap band to conduction band, which results into a cumulative action followed by complete breakdown mechanism. So this is what the basic philosophy behind intrinsic breakdown mechanism. कहने का मतलब ऐसा है कि इंट्रिंसिक मतलब क्या, कि आपका जो मटेरियल है वो प्योरेस्ट फॉर्म में अवेलेबल है, विच इज़ होमोजीनियस इन नेचर. अब क्योंकि मटेरियल आपका प्योरेस्ट फॉर्म में अवेलेबल है, तो कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉन कंडक्शन बैंड में प्रेजेंट नहीं रहेगा. अब क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रॉन कंडक्शन बैंड में अवेलेबल नहीं है, तो कंडक्शन नहीं होगा. तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि एट नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर द कंडक्टिविटी ऑफ दैट प्योर डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल इज गोइंग टू बी जीरो. बट प्रैक्टिकली ऐसा होता नहीं है. कोई भी मटेरियल आप लेकर के देखो, आपको सारे के सारे जो मटेरियल्स है प्योर फॉर्म में मिलेंगे नहीं. दैट मीन्स दे हैव सम इम्प्योरिटीज इन इट, and once they have some impurities in it, they are responsible to have some free electron even at room temperature in their conduction band. And when these materials are placed in the presence of applied electric field, they will gain some energy, and because of this they will try to collide with respect to each other. अब प्रैक्टिकल ऐसा देखा गया है कि जितनी एनर्जी वो लोग गेन करते हैं ड्यू टू द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ अप्लाइड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, उससे बहुत कम एनर्जी वो कोलिजन में लॉस करते हैं. दैट मीन्स अभी भी उनके पास में बहुत ज़्यादा अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी अवेलेबल है, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रीजन व्हाट विल हैपन, हर एक इलेक्ट्रॉन का टेम्परेचर जो है बढ़ना शुरू हो जाता है, विच रिजल्ट्स इनटू द इंक्रीज इन ओवरऑल टेम्परेचर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर मटेरियल. अब टेम्परेचर अगर बढ़ेगा तो बहुत ज़्यादा अमाउंट में फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आपके ट्रैप बैंड से कंडक्शन बैंड में जंप करेंगे. बिकॉज ऑफ विच रीजन व्हाट विल हैपन, again you will have more number of free electrons in the conduction band, which results into the complete breakdown mechanism in that medium. So this is what the basic philosophy behind intrinsic breakdown mechanism. Now let us discuss next topic from today's lecture, that is nothing but electromechanical breakdown. So when a dielectric material is placed in the presence of applied electric field, they will continuously experience a force due to the formation of charge polarities which are induced on the either side of these material. कहने का मतलब ऐसा है कि अगर मान लो आपके पास में एक डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल है और वो मटेरियल को आपने प्लेस्ड किया इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ अप्लाइड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, देन इट वाज फाउंड दैट देयर विल बी अ फॉर्मेशन ऑफ इंड्यूस्ड चार्जेस दैट टू अपोजिट पोलैरिटी ऑन द आइदर साइड ऑफ दोज मटेरियल, which can be shown in this picture. So here we are having a dielectric material, and when this material is placed in the presence of applied electric field, you will see that there is a formation of induced charges of opposite polarity on the either side of this dielectric material. Now because of this reason, what will happen, there will be a continuous compressive force acting on this solid material. कहने का मतलब ऐसा है कि एक साइड में आपके पास में पॉजिटिव चार्जेस का सीरीज है, एक साइड में आपके पास में नेगेटिव चार्जेस का सीरीज है. सो देयर विल बी ए फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन दिस चार्ज एंड दिस चार्ज, बिकॉज ऑफ विच what will happen, this solid material will continuously experience a compressive force. That force is nothing but your Coulombic force, and when the magnitude of this Coulombic force is more than the mechanical withstand capacity of this solid material, we can say that the breakdown mechanism is initiated, or you can say that the material is completely collapsed. So the same thing is mentioned over here. Now suppose if you are interested to calculate what will be the mathematical expression of that compressive force which is acting on that solid material when it is placed in the presence of applied electric field, for that let us consider we are having a solid dielectric material whose initial thickness is indicated by symbol d naught, and when that material is placed in the presence of applied electric field having a voltage of V, its thickness is compressed by a value of small d. Now under this condition, the mathematical expression for compressive force is given by like this. Let that equation number 1. So from equation 1 it is very clear that the magnitude of compressive force depends on 4 factors. First one, it depends on the permittivity of free space. It depends on the permittivity of that solid material. Here it is indicated by symbol epsilon r, which indicate the relative permittivity of that solid material. It also depends on the magnitude of applied voltage square, and it also depends on small d, where small d indicate the compressed length of solid material when it is placed in the presence of applied electric field. Now suppose if you are interested to calculate what will be the mathematical expression of mechanical withstand capacity of that solid material, so for that we need to consider Young's modulus indicated by symbol gamma. So the mathematical expression for mechanical withstand capacity is given by that equation number 2, which is nothing but a product of gamma into ln d naught by d. Now what will happen at equilibrium condition, these two forces are going to be equal. First indicate the amount of force, or you can say compressive force, which is acting on that solid material when it is placed in the presence of applied electric field, and second indicate what will be the mechanical withstand capacity of that solid material. So what we need to do at equilibrium condition, we need to equate equation 1 and equation 2. Hence we can write this equation. By rearranging the term, we can write equation number 3, where equation number 3 indicate the expression of V, or you can say applied voltage. And in this equation, if you see this component, that is 2 times of gamma whole divided by epsilon 0 into epsilon r, is nothing but constant. So let this expression is indicated by symbol k. Hence we can write this equation, where V square is going to be equal to d square multiplied by k into ln of d naught by d. Now if you differentiate above equation with respect to small d and equate that term to 0, we can write this equation. By rearranging the term, you will get this equation, and further solve you will get this, that is ln of d naught by d is going to be equal to 1 by 2. Now by taking antilog on both sides, you will get the mathematical relationship between d and d naught, which is going to be equal to 0.6. So we can write d by d naught is going to be equal to 0.6. Now from this equation it is very clear that for any real value of applied voltage, the reduction in the thickness of solid material is not more than 40%. कहने का मतलब ऐसा है कि इलेक्ट्रोमैकेनिकल फोर्सेस के कारण जो सॉलिड मटेरियल का थिकनेस है वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 40% तक रिड्यूस होगा, उससे ज़्यादा रिड्यूस होगा नहीं फॉर एनी रियल वैल्यू ऑफ अप्लाइड वोल्टेज. And now suppose if you are interested to calculate the highest possible value of dielectric strength using the above expression, what we need to do? We need to place the value of D in terms of D naught in equation number 3. So we can write this equation, that is V by D is going to be equal to square root of twice gamma whole divided by epsilon 0 into epsilon r multiplied by ln of 1.67. So with the help of this mathematical equation, we can calculate what will be the highest possible dielectric strength of a solid material due to the effect of electromechanical force acting on it. Thank you.